I've spent the last decade watching men in their 60s and 70s. Not creepy, professionally, and I've noticed something most trainers won't tell you. Genetics, overrated. Expensive supplements, total waste. The guys who are actually staying jacked past 60 aren't doing what you think they're doing. They're doing the opposite. Only 8% of men over 65 maintain muscle naturally. But here's what separates those 8% from everyone else. And it's not willpower. The rare men over 60 who stay jacked. What they know. If you're 60, 65, 70, or you're watching this for someone who is, you're about to hear something that'll actually change how you approach your body for the next decade. Because most guys think the window's closed. It's not. It's actually opening. But only if you know what to do differently. Stick with me for the next 15 minutes. I'm breaking down exactly what these rare men know. The training split that actually works, the nutrition piece nobody talks about, and the one mindset shift that makes everything click. Don't skip this part. Because the reason you've probably failed before, it's not your fault. Number 1, the reality check. So why do most guys fail? They're not broken. They're just fighting biology instead of working with it. Most men don't talk about what happens after 50. Your testosterone drops, your recovery tanks, your joints remind you they exist. None of that's news to you, right? But here's what the fitness industry won't admit. They're selling you the same program your 35-year-old self used. And your 35-year-old body? That guy's long gone. I see it all the time. Guys pushing themselves with the same routines and intensity they used when they were younger. The problem? Your body doesn't respond the same way it did at 30. The mistake is continuing to follow programs built for younger bodies. If you're 60, 65, or even 70, you've got to respect that you've got a different engine to work with now. I watched a 62-year-old named Marcus come to the gym. Solid dude. He'd done CrossFit for years. At 50, he could crush it. At 60, he was doing the exact same programming, high volume, constant intensity. His knees hated him. His lower back was in mutiny. He was working harder and getting weaker, not stronger. That's the trap most guys fall into. The body fights back and you end up with pain and frustration instead of progress. The truth is, the men who actually stay jacked past 60 aren't tougher than Marcus. They're smarter. They've accepted something that separates them from 95% of their peers. Adaptation isn't weakness, it's strategy. Your body's working against you? Good. Use that as information, not as an obstacle. Adjust your training to what your body is telling you. It's about finding the smart way to train, not the hardest way. From where I sit, I notice this. Women adjust. We modify. We work around what's not working. Most men, they push harder. They think if they just out-willpower the problem, it'll surrender. It won't. Your body's not your enemy, but your ego might be. So what has changed when your system works for you instead of against you? That's the question that leads to a game-changing answer. Number 2, the training difference. Most guys think the answer is more volume. Train harder, more sets, more reps. Grind it out. That's backwards at 60. The men who stay genuinely jacked, they're training less than they did at 35. Not less intensity, less volume. That distinction matters, and it's not splitting hairs. Here's what I've noticed. A 65-year-old who trains 3 times per week for 45 minutes with the right structure will outpace a 65-year-old doing 5-day splits every single time. One's building muscle, the other's just accumulating fatigue. It's a trap to think that doing more will make you stronger. It doesn't work that way anymore. The old approach at 60? 5 days. High volume, same rep ranges, minimal recovery emphasis. By Wednesday, your nervous system is shot. Your joints are screaming. By week 3, you're considering quitting altogether. This approach burns you out faster than it builds you up. The rare men's approach is different. They train 3 to 4 strategic days using undulating periodization. That means mixing up your rep ranges within the same week. One session is focused on heavy strength work, the next on hypertrophy. Recovery and volume come on the 3rd day. This approach doesn't crush you. It adapts your body so you can make progress consistently without breaking down. I worked with a guy, David, who was 68 years old. He'd been doing a traditional bodybuilding split for 40 years. When he switched to this new framework, focusing on compound lifts, varying rep ranges, and shortening sessions, something shifted. It wasn't overnight, but by week 8, He had vascularity in his shoulders he hadn't seen since his 50s. His knees felt more stable. And most importantly, he was excited to train again. Think of it this way. Your 60-year-old body isn't a Ferrari anymore. You're not building a sports car. You're maintaining an engine that needs precision, not punishment. You change the oil regularly. You use quality fuel. You don't redline it constantly. The rep ranges these men are using: 8 to 12 for muscle building, 5 to 8 for strength, 12 to 15 for recovery sessions. That's not random. It's biology meeting strategy. But here's the thing, nobody connects. You can nail the perfect training split and still fall flat on your face, because there's one component that matters even more than the workout itself. Number 3, the nutrition reality. Training's maybe 30% of the equation. Nutrition is the foundation, and here's where most guys blow it at 60. You need more protein than conventional wisdom says, not less, more. At your age, whether you're 60, 65, or 70, you're not building muscle the same way you did at 35. Your body's resistant, it's stubborn, so you compensate with protein intake. Most trainers tell you 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. That's outdated. You need 0.8 to 1 gram per pound. If you weigh 180 pounds, that's 144 to 180 grams daily. Not optional, essential. Here's the trap. You cut calories too aggressively thinking you'll get leaner. Doesn't work. You'll lose muscle faster than fat. Your metabolism will tank harder. Your energy will be shot. Instead, you eat in a slight surplus, 200 to 400 extra calories daily while training. That surplus builds muscle. Yes, at 60 plus. Your body can still do this. You just have to believe it. Practical breakdown? Keep it simple. Breakfast, eggs, oats, berries. Lunch, chicken, rice, vegetables. Dinner, fish or beef, sweet potato, greens. Between meals, Greek yogurt or a protein shake. It's not exciting, but it's effective. Consistency beats optimization every single time. Your metabolism isn't broken, it's just different. Slower, yes, but slower doesn't mean dead. It means you need to be intentional. Recovery isn't just about sleep anymore. It's about micronutrients, magnesium, vitamin D, zinc. These aren't supplements, these are necessities now. Most guys obsess over meal timing, pre-workout windows, post-workout windows, intermittent fasting. Stop. Your body at 65 cares about total intake, not timing games. Eat protein regularly, hit your calories, move on. But here's what nobody says out loud. You can have the perfect program and perfect nutrition and still fail. Because the thing that separates the men who stick with this from the ones who quit, it's not discipline. It's something deeper. Number 4, the mindset shift. Most guys at 60 think they're chasing a body. They're not. They're chasing an identity. That distinction? That's everything. You know what I've noticed about the men who actually stay jacked? They've stopped trying to look good for external reasons. They stopped caring if anyone noticed. Instead, and this is the shift, they started caring because staying strong became who they are. It's not motivation. Motivation dies. Identity doesn't. I used to think aging was this inevitable decline. Inevitable. Like you hit 60 and you just accept the slowdown, the softness, the weakness creeping in. I was wrong. And I watched a 68-year-old man prove it to me in a way I couldn't ignore. He'd been overweight his whole life. Soft, tired, but something clicked. He wasn't training to lose weight anymore. He was training because he decided, I'm the type of guy who's strong. That's not a goal, that's an identity. Within 18 months, his body changed. But the body change wasn't the point. The point was he couldn't go back to who he used to be, even if he wanted to. When your body changes, your presence changes. Your energy shifts. You move differently. You breathe differently. Men notice, women notice, you notice. Confidence isn't something you fake. It comes from knowing you can do something, from having discipline, from keeping promises to yourself. That's not shallow. That's foundational. The training, the nutrition, that's the vehicle. But the real work, the actual heavy lifting, is deciding you're becoming someone new, not improving yourself. Becoming. Different verb, different commitment. Most guys never make that decision. They're still in the try harder phase. These rare men, they're in the become different phase. And once you're in that phase, something else clicks into place. There's one more thing all these men have in common. One final piece. And it might be the most important one you'll hear today. Number 5, The secret ingredient plus finale. If you've made it this far, you've already taken the first step. But here's where it gets real. The secret ingredient that ties all of this together? Consistency. That's the one thing the rare men who stay jacked past 60 all have in common. Consistency isn't flashy. It doesn't show up in Instagram stories or viral transformation videos. It shows up in the small, everyday decisions. The daily commitment to the right training, the right nutrition, and most importantly, the right mindset. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up again and again, no matter what. Now, I know the excuses that are coming. I'm too old, my joints hurt, it's too late. Don't kid yourself. You've heard it all before. But I'll tell you right now, age isn't the barrier. The barrier is your mindset. If you decide you're going to be that guy, strong, disciplined, unstoppable, it's not about age. It's about the decision to act, to adapt, to evolve. For men 55 to 70, this is your time. Don't buy into the myth that you're on the back nine of your life. And when you do, you'll find that your body can still deliver. Muscle, strength, confidence. It just requires a little more focus and a lot more patience. So take the step, train smarter, eat better, and shift your identity. Stop thinking of this as a goal and start seeing it as who you are. You don't get to be the man who quits. Not now, not ever. Consistency, patience, and the willingness to adapt. That's the formula. You've already got what it takes. The rest is just doing the work. Now, make it happen. This is your time. You've made it this far, which means you're not just looking for a quick fix. You're ready to take control of your body, your life, and your future. And that's exactly what it's all about. We started by talking about the 8% of men who actually stay jacked past 60. Those men didn't get there by fighting their bodies. They got there by adapting, by understanding that their body is a tool that needs precision, not punishment. They've made it part of who they are, not just something they do. Now it's your turn. Whether you're 60, 65, or 70, it's not too late. Your body is still capable of amazing things. The question is, are you ready to make the shift, to stop trying to be who you were and start becoming who you are now? If this resonated with you, I'd love to have you as part of this community. Subscribe for more insights that will help you keep building strength, confidence, and presence as you age. It's about more than just looking good. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't stop, ever. Remember, the body you want starts with the mindset you create. Keep showing up. You've got this.